So you're staring down the price tag of a pre-built gaming PC and wondering if you're about to make the same mistake everyone makes, buying something that looks great on paper but leaves you staring at a black screen in frustration. I get it. That's why I dug into the CYBERPOWERPC Gamer Supreme, not just to gawk at the specs, but to see whether it actually holds up in real life. If you're on the fence, this is the kind of machine that either saves you months of headaches or becomes a very expensive paperweight. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. This isn't some budget box with a half-baked cooler and a power supply that wheezes under load. The Gamer Supreme comes with an AMD Ryzen 9 9950X and an RTX 5090, which means you're not just playing modern games at max settings, you're future-proofing for the next 2 or 3 years of AAA titles. But here's the catch, pre-builts at this tier aren't just about raw power. They're about whether the internals are actually balanced so you don't blow a gasket the first time you try to stream or run a heavy workload. The 64 GB of DDR5 and 4 TB PCIe Gen 4 SSD are generous, but what matters is whether the motherboard can keep up without throttling and whether the case airflow can handle a 125W plus CPU and a 500W plus GPU without sounding like a jet engine. In real-world use, the liquid-cooled Ryzen 9 9950X stays cool under gaming loads, but if you're doing video editing or 3D rendering, expect the fans to ramp up noticeably. The tempered glass side panel looks slick, but it also means your case temps are visible, and if you're not careful with cable management, you'll see hotspots right through the glass. The custom RGB is fun for show, but it's not the reason to buy this machine. The real value is in the quiet operation when you're gaming and the fact that everything boots fast thanks to that Gen 4 SSD. Now, who should actually buy this? If you're a gamer who wants to max out Cyberpunk 2077 with RT overdrive at 4K, or you're a content creator who needs to export 4K video without waiting all day, this PC is built for that workload. It's also a solid choice if you don't want to spend weeks researching parts, building a system, and troubleshooting compatibility issues. But if you're a tinkerer who loves upgrading components yourself or you're on a tighter budget, this isn't the machine for you. The price tag is steep, and while the warranty covers parts and labor for a year, you're locked into CYBERPOWERPC's ecosystem for support. Where this machine stumbles is in the small details. The included keyboard is fine for basic use, but if you're a competitive gamer, you'll probably swap it out within a month. The Wi-Fi is ready, but it's not the fastest module out there, so if you're streaming in a crowded network environment, you might want to add a dedicated card later. And while the 4 TB SSD is huge, it's not all free. Space windows and bloatware eat into that right away, so plan on doing some cleanup or adding a second drive if you store a lot of games. The 3.2 star rating isn't a fluke, it's a reflection of buyer regret at this price point. Some users report DOA units or shipping damage, which isn't uncommon with high-end pre-builts. Others mention that the power supply, while adequate, isn't top tier. So if you're planning to upgrade the GPU in a year, you might need to budget for a new PSU. The tech support is free for life, but don't expect white glove service. It's more about troubleshooting than handholding. So, is this the right buy? If you want a no-fuss, high-end gaming rig that you can plug in and play without building anything, the Gamer Supreme delivers. But if you're the kind of person who likes to tweak every setting or you're worried about long-term upgrade paths, you might be better off going custom. Either way, make sure you're ready for the price tag and the occasional hiccup that comes with pre-built systems. If you've been on the fence, check out the full specs in the description and decide whether this machine fits your needs. The link is in the description if you want to take a closer look.